Okay, thank you, you guys, for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us. Thanks for coming.
For having us.
This is, let's start the interview. So, I'm so nervous.
Oh, don't worry. I feel nervous too.
Okay, the first question is for Megan. What was your first response when asked to join the Lord of the Rings of Power?
There was a lot of screaming and crying and jumping down. Yeah, there was. I was told over the phone by my agent, and yeah, I mean it was, but I also still didn't really know what it was.
Nope.
It was only when I got to New Zealand that I properly understood what I was actually doing. So that was a journey in itself.
Do you have any obstacles playing the character?
Obstacles? No obstacles. I think it's more discovering things constantly. I wouldn't call them obstacles, I don't think. Yeah, I think it's just lots of unknowns that you get to discover while you work. Yeah.
Okay, this one is for Markella. What scene was the most difficult for you to do while playing as a Nori?
Oh my goodness. The most difficult question. I feel like perhaps there's a scene. Have you seen any of it yet?
Just the trailer.
The trailer.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a particular scene. There's a particular scene in the show where, I mean, you briefly see it in the teaser with a lot of fire, and that was just difficult because it was quite emotionally challenging. So, and it took us a few days to get through the sequences.
I see.
I'd say that.
And this goes for Sara. Marigold's role seems to be very important, especially for Nori and Poppy. Yeah? How did you get into this character?
I think I first started discovering her on the page. I come from a theatre background, a quite strong theatre background, so for me it's all about using the language and the words on the script. But then very quickly I made use of the wonderful resources we had. So she actually ended up being very physical. The physical world actually became quite important. The movement that we did with our wonderful movement coach, and the dialect, and the costume, and all the wonderful resources we had actually all became part of it as well. So I started with language, but then it built on it with a lot of people. Marigold's made up of a lot of people that helped me actually, not just me. Yeah.
How do you guys build the connection during the film series?
Well, I think it's a mixture. It's a mixture because we had so much time together. Every time we get a new script, we'd kind of all sit together and read and dissect it. And
that was actually one of my favourite times when we'd get a new episode and we'd all hang together and read it.
We'd sit at the table.
We'd be so excited, just like the fans will be when they.
Yeah, I think that was for sure kind of. Those are the moments, and then we'd have like dinners, or we'd catch up together and we'd practice together, and it was quite amazing.
Any special moment, you three guys?
Lots.
So many. More than I can count.
Lots. Yeah.
We were in New Zealand.
The memorable one.
What's a memorable one?
I think for me, some of the memorable ones were when because we did have gatherings, not every week, but quite regularly with all the cast. And we would talk work, sure, but sometimes we'd just talk about nothing and just talk about how
we talked about nothing.
Yeah. And I think that was really enjoyable because it was just really good to connect, but not necessarily talk about work. And be each other's family while we were so far from home. Yeah.
Okay, well, what is the best part of the series that viewers would absolutely love?
The best part of
the series.
Of the series?
There's a lot of really good moments. I think the nice thing is every single actor and every single character is so well rounded, and there are so many. We've watched a couple of the episodes as a cast, and you really do get to just be completely immersed in the world. And I think with that comes with so many moments. And I hope that different people find different moments that they relate with as well. So I mean I couldn't put a label on on one thing, I don't think. And I think, my experience is different to how Markella would watch it and how Sara would watch it, So I hope that, people can just enjoy it for themselves.
Yeah, just to enjoy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I do think for some of the long-term fans, I think seeing things like Numenor will be pretty special.
Yeah, pretty exciting.
And Khazad-dûm will be pretty special for the long-term fans. Because they understand all the history behind those places. So I'll be very interested to see how people will respond to those. Yeah.
And also, I think what's quite exciting is that you'll see canon characters which you might have seen before, but in like a new light entirely. I think that's quite exciting as well.
okay, the last questions. What is your big expectation for the series?
I don't have any
I don't have any
expectations.
expectations.
I'm not sure that I do too. I'm
Just
just so
let it
excited
flow,
that we
yeah,
can
yeah.
finally let everybody see it.
Yeah.
That I really genuinely am. And I think that after that, we'll just let everyone experience it for themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You too?
Yeah, absolutely.
We've been living with it for a long time. So it's kind of like, we're gearing up to the most exciting part.
How many months or maybe
Oh, years.
Years.
3
Okay, well,
years now.
3 years?
3 and a
3
half
years.
years.
Yeah.
3.5
For our
years?
showrunners, 4 or
5.
5.
Is there any drama behind the series with you three guys?
Very smart. Nice try.
Unfortunately, the 3 of us, we're drama free.
Okay.
At least in front of you.
Okay,
Give us time.
thank you for your times. Enjoy Mumbai. I hope you guys can visit Jakarta, Indonesia.
Yes.
Oh,
or
yeah,
maybe
please.
some place in Indonesia. Okay, thank you once again. Good luck
Thank
for
you
the
very
series.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.